Are you going to Osijek? I have to catch a train to Warsaw.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Sacks of flour.
It was the quickest way I could find.
Were you in Masuria to carry out your spiritual exercises?
No, I was with the group of my students who were kayaking.
Yes. I've heard you were perhaps a little bit too athletic. I was curious to meet you. Do you know why I sent for you?
No, Your Eminence.
Your Archbishop, Monsignor Bajak, has obtained your appointment as Bishop of Krakow from the Pope.
I am far too young.
That's a weakness you will get rid of soon. I ask you not to oppose the Holy Father's will.
I accept.
Well then, let's go and get something to eat.
Karol! Don't let anyone get to you!
He wouldn't tell me his name. He seems very nervous. Maybe we ought to call the police.
No, you're not going to call the police. It's Novak. No, you may go, sister. Everything's fine. Just fine. Novak, did you really think I wouldn't recognize that voice of yours in the cathedral?
So my minor friend is a bishop.
How is your arm?
It's all right. They tried to kill old Novak. And when I got up, they tried to beat me to a pulp.
What are you doing?
They are listening to us. I know they are. They're everywhere. I looked for the microphones. I couldn't find them.
No.
But I'm sure they're here.
No.
I'm sure they're here.
Times have changed. We don't live under terror anymore.
Nothing has changed, Karol. There are illusions of change. Illusions of freedom. That might be enough for the intellectuals, but not for me. Not for the peasants. Not for the workers.
Come, sit down. Sit down. Disappointments, persecutions, violence. They are trying to hurt us. They don't want us to smile anymore. But you can't let them rob you of your strength, or your dreams, or your love. Never. Remember that. See? I am talking to you about God without naming him.
I'd only just met the child. And they killed him right in front of my eyes.
Who was?
Piotr. Magda's son. He was only 12. Now she doesn't love me anymore because I wasn't able to save her child.
I became a priest to help people ease their pain. But I feel guilty for what I can't do. Go to your Magda. Hold her tight. Give her the kisses her son can't give her anymore.
Excuse me? You told me you had an important appointment at 4 o'clock.
What time is it?
4 o'clock.
Good Lord. I'm late for an appointment at the Communist Party headquarters.
But why are you taking off your...
So they understand I'm not going there to provoke them.
But no Polish bishop has ever set foot in the Communist Party headquarters.
There's always a first time.
How does this sound? We'll divide up the building. 2 floors for your seminary and 2 floors for us.
Half a seminary is better than no seminary at all, so I thank you.
Don't thank me. The party says you're open to dialogue. They don't see you as a fanatic, a reactionary. That's exactly what they fear, Karol. I don't like that optimistic smile of yours.
Still, all things considered, we both have the same goal in life. The happiness of man.
Of course, happiness. You're an actor, aren't you? Your assurance, your serenity, your confidence. Are you acting? There is not a lot to be happy about in this world. And don't give me any of that faith talk.
I didn't mention faith. I was asking you to consider happiness.
Faith is superstitious madness.
Madness which comes from God is so much more beautiful than wisdom of human origin. That's not from the Bible, it's Plato, as you well know, the founder of reason and politics in the West.
We've said all there is to say. You get half of your seminary back. You have my word. You may leave now. Is there something else?
Nova Huta. The 120,000 people living there are waiting for a church to be built.
Nova Huta is a new city in the new Poland created for the new man. A man who doesn't need God anymore. And you want to build a church there?
As bishop, I have the right to carry this with me. I'm not allowed to hand it around, but please don't have me arrested if I give it to you as a present. That's the Gospel according to Matthew. You might want to read the Sermon on the Mount, chapter 5. There's material for your intelligence and for your sensitivity. Who amongst you will give a stone to the son who asks for bread? Good day.
You entered the devil's house, and you negotiated with him. We do not negotiate with the Communist Party. We do not set foot in their headquarters. And if you have anything to discuss with the political authorities, you must do so with the consent of the man who is, until proven otherwise, the primate of Poland and your immediate superior.
You're right, Eminence. I should have asked you first. I didn't mean any disrespect. I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Good. In any case, you managed to get us half a seminary. Is that right? The men you dealt with would line us all up against the wall given the occasion. And you got us half a seminary. Congratulations. How did you manage to do that?
Would you bless me, Father?
Karol, I know you're now in Rome. I'm writing with the news that our family has been blessed with the arrival of little Jan.
Mr. Kowalski, if you have a second.
Sure. But destiny was lying in wait, ready to strike us at the very moment we were most vulnerable.
Have a seat. I knew there was something wrong. Your wife was having breathing problems and repeated attacks of coughing during and after delivery. So I ran some tests, but I wasn't expecting this. That shadow on the right lung, unfortunately, is a tumor that has developed metastases. I'm sorry.
How long?
3 or 4 months.
We have faith, of course. But when God abandons you, it's difficult. It's atrocious, Karol. I write through tears because I'm alone. When she's present, I smile. I've decided to tell her nothing, so she can have peace of mind for the time that's left. I'll keep the anguish and pain within me.
The opening of the first session of the Council is crowned by the placement of the Holy Gospel. As in 20 preceding ecumenical councils, it shall take the place of honor, followed by the ensuing working sessions.
Man is a unique being. He lives in the material world, but harbors deep spiritual surges. He's a mystery to himself and to others. Now the church grows less and less efficient. The church can no longer show itself to the world draped in the archaic Western culture. We mustn't be standing over the world, lecturing it and asking for obedience. Now the church has to walk with the world. Men are looking for the truth. We must find solutions to the difficult problems of life with them. We must face the despair of human existence in these times of ours. With this in mind, the layman has to be in the center of church life. I denounce every form of clerical mentality as an error.
Yes, in the new neighborhood of Navajuta.
But that's a working-class neighborhood. You're a teacher. Why do you want to go and live there?
Because the government won't let them build a church there.
You're right. That's a great reason.
You wretch. In my free time between classes, I can go and visit families. The farmers have been forced to become workers, to live in beehive apartments. And their habits, their traditions have been totally ignored. These families are falling apart. There is drunkenness, women and children being battered. There's so much bitterness.
You're too beautiful to have that sad look in your eyes.
You love me at least half as much as I love you. Adam.
Yes.
Did you hear what I asked you?
Of course I did.
And?
The sweet love of a woman overcomes all. I don't remember who wrote that. But wait till I says it too. Here we are. 3rd floor, door on the right.
But where are you going?
I completely forgot. I have to see someone. Someone who can help me to get a job at the university. There's some tea. Put the kettle on. I'll be right back. 3rd floor, door on the right. I've listened to thousands of confessions. And I got a pretty depressing picture of human despair. I have to tell you, Wojtyła's stamina is scary. He helps people, encourages them, talks and talks. But there's not one word you could use against him. Please, let me do something more useful.
Negative. You're part of his group and you're going to keep on watching him. Adam! Did Wojtyła get to you? Or was it that Catholic girl's nice ass? I know that the worker element in Nova Huta is involved in subversive activities. And I'm convinced that Wojtyła is with them. So they better watch out if that project fails.
Hey, Derek. You stand guard. We don't want them coming by for control. Okay. St. Paul says, I rejoice in infirmities, in insults, in needs, in persecutions, in suffering. For when I am weak, that is when I am strong.
They converted you, Novak?
Never. But it is a truth, like the man who told me these words claimed.
St. Paul?
Wojtyła.
A bishop?
And a miner.
Long live our socialist homeland!
Corte.
A well-timed heart attack eliminated the Archbishop of Krakow. The list of candidates signed by Wyszynski.
I turned them all down. Nothing but a bunch of fanatical anti-Marxists.
Do you want me to give you a name?
We already have the name. A name that Wyszynski didn't put on the list. Wojtyła.
You're making a mistake. Wojtyła must be stopped.
I have been informed that the man obsesses you. Where is the problem?
That man has an inner strength that no other priest in Poland has, including Wyszynski. A strength capable of drawing the end to him and working against him.
A man who talks about prayer and love? Wojtyła isn't involved in any anti-government activities, and he lacks organizational and leadership skills. And then tradition dictates that Krakow's archbishop be a nobleman, and we are backing a proletarian.
Wojtyła is our real enemy.
Our enemy is Wyszynski. He's the patriot, the union activist, the symbol for the masses. We must support Wojtyła against Wyszynski.
You're making a tragic error. The government authorizes Wojtyła's name.
That name wasn't on my list.
I know.
We agreed that the government could approve, but not impose.
This is what the government has decided. I don't agree with the government either, if that's any consolation to you. The real issue here is just between you and me. Let's say Wojtyła wasn't on your list because either you didn't want him or you wanted him, and now this was just a way of getting him nominated.
Where do I sign?
Lord, you who challenges man so that man can find the strength to challenge fate, help me to be able to take action. Help me to relive the cross every day. Help me to walk along a path that wasn't mine. Help me to deal with politicians. Help me to help all those who need it.
Are you asleep? What are you dreaming about? I feel sorry for you. I really do. You're fooling yourself. If you think you're happy, you're fooling yourself if you think that a God who doesn't exist cares about the world. You're fooling yourself if you think that I can love you. You want to marry me. You want children. I will never do that. And I will never be more lonely.
How did you get in?
You should keep your door closed.
I'm not afraid. Besides, you came in, not some thief. What's wrong?
Nothing.
You look unhappy. Nobody should be unhappy on Christmas Eve.
Unhappiness doesn't necessarily follow the calendar.
I promise you I can teach you how to be happy. Marry me. I'll make you feel how wonderful it is to live. How wonderful it is to be in harmony with yourself. Inner peace isn't just for the simple-minded. You can find it too. If you just let yourself be loved. Tonight, the history of Nova Huta is going to change. Wojtyła is going to say the Mass, the feet of the Great Cross, made by the workers.
What are you talking about?
Yes.
What's wrong, Karol? Don't you have anything to do on Christmas Eve?
I figured out what they've been cooking up at Nova Huta. But it might be too late.
This assembly has not been authorized. You will clear the area immediately. Clear the area!
What are you doing? Stop this! Stop it!
You can't keep us from having a cross! We're Polish! So are you!
Stop it! We came here to pray! We came here to pray. You, the workers of Nova Huta, have put up this cross where you want to build a new church. Your city was supposed to be a city without God, but your will has prevailed. Let this be a lesson.
Who is in charge here?
Captain Wukowski.
Take me to him.
Follow me.
My name is Gordek, 5th Department. I'm ordering you to disperse this mob.
Comrade Kishko.
Give me that.
Give me that! Your cross is the symbol of the sacrifice that redeemed men, that gives a new sense to life, that teaches us to love and to respect life.
This man is defying us. He has to be stopped. If these people aren't afraid of us anymore, it's all over. Do you understand that or not?
We are the citizens of our country, the citizens of our city, but we are also the people of God. We will continue to demand our rights. Religious freedom is the highest expression of human dignity. To stifle it is a crime. This rock was given to me in Rome by Paul VI. For you, the workers of Nova Huta. It comes from St. Peter's Cathedral. And on this rock, we will build our church.
Tell your men to take action.
I give the orders around here.
Well, then give your orders. Right now. Silence that man. I told you to silence Wojtyła.
Listen. I've had about enough of you. Shut up!
Come with us. Keep still. You have to trust in the strength of hope. You have to trust in love, which is stronger than death. You must never lose faith. You must not lose heart. You must not get discouraged. Never lose the freedom of mind with which Christ makes men free. I am your bishop, and I will be with you every day until the end of my days. I bless you. Benedicat vos, omnipotens Deus, Pater et Filius et Spiritus Sanctus.
Adam.
You are right, Karol. Hope, prayer, and love, that hidden strength within us, can prevail over evil.
Do you remember the tumor? Here, look at this. It disappeared. Well, it happens sometimes. You know, even for us doctors, our body is more a mystery than a certainty. You're a lucky family.
Thank you. I'm frightened. Yes, frightened like he who has been blessed. I can't call it a miracle. For me, the word is both vague and misleading. A mystery, said the doctor, be it for science or the faith. I know you asked Padre Pio to intercede for us. Thank you for his prayers. Thanks to the inscrutable destiny that gave Hanya the strength to heal and made me, with no special merit, a privileged and happy man.
What are you doing? Papa, what's wrong with you?
You're mine. You're mine forever.
Will you tell me what's going on?
Nothing. I love you.
spying on you. Yes, I'm a spy. I was trained for that. I planted microphones. I listened to your confessions. I read your letters. I was paid for doing this. And I'm just one of many. I always knew it was useless. And even though I hated you, words slipped inside of me. Like water through a crack. You speak of love. Such a sick word. Love for despicable human beings.
You are not despicable. The pain inside you and your anger are your soul. The soul that needs to be loved so much that it's smothered by it. If you made mistakes, you already paid for them. Thank you. Thank you, Adam. Today is a great day. This is the second time I've been a witness to the divine value of life. Go in peace. Everything that should be forgiven is forgiven. You're a chosen one.
No. Come here. Come here. I forgive you. I forgive you.
Nobody should be forced to embrace faith against his will. The cause of man's spiritual freedom, his freedom of conscience, his religious freedom, is a great human cause for today's man and throughout history. It's not enough for man to say, I am free. He has to learn to say, I am responsible. I'd like to talk about the Church's dialogue with atheism now. We shouldn't start with the proofs of God's existence, but with the reflection on man's deep and radical solitude.
Your Excellency. You don't recognize me?
You're alive.
So are you, Excellency.
What's that? Don't you remember my name?
Karol.
I thought you were dead. I looked everywhere for news about you. I was told you were killed in Russia.
Yes. I should have died not once, but 1,000 times.
And how much?
I was spared, but I was the only one. I've forgotten what it means to cry.
We have to cry. Pain has to be released, brought out in the open for everyone to see. Only the heart and the soul alone was her motto, remember?
Jews and Christians have to come together.
I want to look this over. It is a letter to the German bishops in which we forgive Germany. We ask to be forgiven.
The government is going to be furious.
The time to make a strong gesture of peace with the Germans has come.
Do we really have to be forgiven too?
We always have to be forgiven. This document is very important, because it's the first step in our memory purification. We should ask forgiveness for the faults committed by Christians throughout history.
That sounds like pretty destructive enterprise.
Millions of people have been murdered because of their race, their ideas, or simply because they bothered someone. We should forgive them wherever Christians participated in these evil deeds, wherever they kept silent.
Adam, I believe your prayer gives you such joy. Mary's strength of heart, however, comes from within, not from any teachings of mine. A caress for your little son, Stephen. Adam, though you do not carry faith, you nurture a passion for truth. And that accounts for gratification as a new person professor. I, unfortunately, see hard times ahead in this imperfect world. How the Vatican react if they ever find out about it?
I'm not defying Rome. On the contrary, they know perfectly well that the situation in Czechoslovakia is getting desperate every day. Yes, that's me.
We crossed the Czechoslovakian border without any problems.
Welcome to Poland. You know, here. Andre.
My name is Jakos.
From now on, this place will be your clandestine cemetery. A priest is one who conveys the mystery of the faith with those invisible gifts destined to all humanity. Here we work together, and I will secretly ordain you, so you can return to your country as priests.
And you'll have to face sacrifice and fight to defend freedom and peace. I shall begin by giving my definition of priest. A man for others.
He shouted, "No bread without freedom. No studying without freedom. Because you wanted the right to bread, freedom, and truth." David, beat up intellectuals. Close down the theaters. The workers think that we were traitors, and the workers join us. Now the workers are in open revolt. Gdansk, Stettin, the northern cities. Militia opened fire on them. They are buried in human graves. We know the truth, so we must be with workers. Remember that wherever the people cried out, "We want to be free," they have always found their freedom.
What they did in imprisonment. Through the so-called pacts of hell. I can't take it anymore.
You're being tested. You're going to go through this with him. You're going to overcome it with him. Adam is courageous. He's the chosen one. God will not abandon him. Even as we speak, Adam is beginning to smile. And the power of this thought will be salvation. Oh.
There you are. Did they give you a challenge for it?
Yeah.
Yes. I was talking to your mommy about your daddy. About the you're going to think back from history.
this what it's come to? You having fun? Letting off steam? Why don't you in the mirror court?
What now? What is it that Wojtyła says to you? That loves you?
We'll always set things straight on the cook-off time. That's what he says. Go on, Cordy. Hit me as hard as like, because he's stronger than you.
The state cannot cancel the rights that man has possessed since birth. The state cannot replace a sense of justice with a bit luck. A state that sullies itself like that is destined to die. Every attack on freedom by the state is a breach of moral and social order. To the families with men, women, and the young people who have died defending freedom, to all those who suffer injustice in the name of freedom, I say, your suffering will not be in vain. This church is with you, on your side. Woe betide the states that bring war inside and outside of their borders. Woe betide the states that reduce peoples to starvation, that kill and torture.
If Wojtyła becomes primate, all the Poles will be behind him.
Make him die.
Are you out of your mind?
I might be crazy now, but I wasn't when I warned you about this. Now it's too late. I'm sorry for you. And for all of us. Our country.
That's very nice.
The dog is dead.
What did you say?
John Paul is dead. Last night, after only 33 days.
I was really fond of him. You know what he said when we elected him? May God forgive you for what you have just done.
Sidi, Benelli, 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 Sidi, Benelli, Sidi, Sidi, Benelli, Benelli, Sidi, Benelli, Sidi, Benelli,
they ever agree? I have to get back to Krakow for the Synod. I have so many things to do.
Be patient. Benelli will be elected next time round.
I hope so.
Cardinal Siri, 53. Cardinal Benelli, 57.
Eminence.
Koenig.
Why not a poll?
No. Impossible. I'm much too old for that.
I wasn't talking about you, Eminence. There's someone else. We want to propose Wojtyła.
That would be a wonderful idea. But he's too young, unknown. He'll never